This is between them this season being called in. Corporal Klinger 13-2. And Westway Lad just a little bit behind the remainder. Trying to find a position. Right over the far rail, and the starter says, turn around and go back. He wants them to line up again. There are one or two that just could not get in, including Westway. Several appeals, but this does look a possibility. Yep, they're away. And racing to the first of the 8 flights. And Floyd, the only unbeaten runner this season in the field, disputes the lead with Mr. Golden as they come towards the first. Mr. Golden and Floyd as they come to the first of the 8 flights. Mr. Golden and Floyd land together from Ranova and Berlin towards the left of the picture, the very pale colors, but right over on the right, it's Floyd and Mr. Golden. From Ranova, Berlin, Assenmoor, just in behind them, Dick's Folly. Behind Dick's Folly is Janus, and then over on the far side behind him in the sheepskin noseband is Rushmore. And there it was Berlin towards the near side who landed marginally in the lead. Over on the far side, it's Floyd with Mr. Golden, then comes Ranova, then Dick's Folly, and then Rhythmic Pastimes and Janus and Rushmore and Assenmoor and Statesmanship, and behind them Thorbill Arch. Then comes Nassau Royal, Corporal Klinger on the inside, Ishkaman, and then Afzal with Stan's Pride on Afzal's inner, then Ballydurrow. Behind Ballydurrow is Jobroke, behind Jobroke is Jaden Darmond, and then comes All 10 Glazed and Westway Lad. And so they go out over to the far side with Floyd just marginally in the lead now from Mr. Golden. Just in behind them come Berlin in the light colors. Then the grey Janus with Ranova right up with him, racing towards the next flight. And it's Floyd on the inside as they come to the third of Mr. Golden. Then comes Ranova, little Ranova in third. Behind him is Rhythmic Pastimes, then Janus and Berlin, then Rushmore in the inner, and then comes Dick's Folly and Thorbill Arch. Then Corporal Klinger, and then Assenmoor. Behind Assenmoor is Nassau Royal, then Statesmanship, and then comes Stan's Pride making a little progress on the inner. John Joe O'Neill has switched Afzal towards the outside to look for daylight. Then comes Ballydurrow on the inner and Westway Lad, and then Jobroke has got plenty to do at the moment. All 10 Glazed is the back marker as they come to the fourth of the 8 flights. And it's Floyd who's going to jump it in the lead from Mr. Golden. There's little between the two. Then comes Janus just in behind them. Rhythmic Pastimes is right up with them, and says Ranova, who's getting a reminder now towards the far side, with also on the far side is Berlin coming down towards the next flight, the 5th. And Floyd still with the advantage from Mr. Golden. Then comes Berlin on the outside going well. Just in behind them, Janus and Rhythmic Pastimes. Behind them, Ballydurrow making ground. Then comes Dick's Folly. Then Stan's Pride, who's not far behind the leaders. Afzal making progress now towards the outer, but racing towards the home turn now with 3 flights left to jump in this Swinton Insurance Brokers Trophy. And it's Floyd on the inside rail, the far side, the right as we see them at the moment from Mr. Golden. These two have disputed it throughout. Then comes Berlin making a challenge towards the near side. Then comes Dick's Folly running smoothly over the third last, and Mr. Golden a faller there. Mr. Golden has gone there, and he's brought down Afzal and brought down Nassau Royal and brought down Thorbill Arch. Those have all gone as they come down now towards the second last. Statesmanship making good progress towards the left. Corporal Klinger towards the right. Then comes Dick's Folly, and it's Corporal Klinger on the far side, Statesmanship on the near side. These two from Dick's Folly, little between them. They've got 2 furlongs to run and 1 flight left to be jumping. It's Corporal Klinger with 3-pound overweight with the advantage now from Statesmanship. Corporal Klinger on the far side, Statesmanship on the near side. There's little between the two as they come down to the final flight now. Corporal Klinger and Statesmanship. Corporal Klinger on the far side, Statesmanship on the near side. They land together. Corporal Klinger on the far side, Statesmanship on the near side as they race up towards the line. It's Statesmanship on the near side, Corporal Klinger on the far side. It's going to be very close as they come to the line. Corporal Klinger has just won it from Statesmanship second. Dick's Folly is third. Ishkaman is fourth. And then came Jaden Darman and Jobroke, and behind them came Janus, and behind Janus was Floyd, and behind Floyd Stan's Pride, Ballydurrow, then Berlin. Behind Berlin was Westway Pride. Behind him came Rushmore, and then Assenmoor. Behind Assenmoor is Rhythmic Pastimes and Ranova, and they're the only finishers. And so the result of the Swinton Insurance Brokers Trophy. First, number 21, Corporal Klinger, owned by JD Racing Limited, trained by Martin Pipe and ridden by Paul Leach. Second was number 8, Statesmanship, owned by Mr. David Gian Horsfall, trained by Les Kennard and ridden by Steve Smith-Eccles. And third was number 24, Dick's Folly, owned by Mr. H. Thirlwall Jones, trained by Ron Hodges and ridden by Simon Earl. Fourth was number 13, Ishkaman.
And what a tremendous gallop this had been. Now, the horse in the middle of the 3 leaders there, Mr. Golden, is the horse that falls a little bit later on and causes so much trouble, brings down Afzal and Thorble Arch. But at this stage, well, the fast pace is beginning to tell on the bulk of them, but there on the inside is Floyd. Ears Prick still going exceptionally well. Berlin just this side of him, and Dick's Folly just rising in third. But there goes Mr. Golden, stumbling, and I'm afraid he couldn't get away from that. The mare Stands Pride is just behind, but gets away. I'm afraid Afzal doesn't. Look, there's Thorble Arch just about to go. Oh, and John Joe O'Neill catapulted out of the saddle. But as the race goes on, you can see that Alton Glazed is way at the back of the field now. And, oh, jockeys all over the place. But they're rolling. There are no horses behind them to kick them around. They all appear to be getting up. But now, just look, with 6 of them abreast across the course there, the race is really on. Statesmanship has slipped through on the outside. He was fancied last time at Ascot, and he's running much better now that the faster ground has come back again. So from left to right, the leaders, Statesmanship nicely in front, from Dick's Folly in the middle, and Corporal Klinger in the other yellow colours on the far side. Paul Leach beginning to get hold of this fellow. Remember, he's putting up 3-pound overweight. If the verdict had gone the other way, he wouldn't have been too pleased. But what a tremendous season that Martin Pipe is having. He's really going for home now, but at this stage, it looks very much as if Statesmanship is going to hang on. Dick's Folly running a terrific race there in 3rd place, and Berlin just weakening back into 4th. Stands Pride is still there, Janus is there. The 2 leaders almost bumped as they landed over the last, but not quite. I shouldn't think that that will cause any problem or any cause for the stewards to look at it, and they've parted now. So it's this long, long run in here at Haydock Park. It's seen so many results changed in the past. Both jockeys heads down, driving for the finish, and I suppose Corporal Klinger is just about a neck up at this stage. But then we've seen a neck up turn to half a length down before here. They passed what would be the water jump during the main jumping season, and Corporal Klinger, just as they go to the post, has got it by almost a length. He's 11-2 joint favourite, and I'm pleased to say my breakfast time tip this morning.